Okay, Tricia, are you a fan of the show Big Bang Theory?
Hate it.
Me too.
Absolutely hate it.
But I think we're in the minority.
No, we absolutely are.
People love that show. Yeah, I cannot stand that show. Like, I don't like the humor. And it's not even like I don't get the humor. I just don't like the humor.
It's not funny.
I don't think it's funny.
But every single person that likes that show talks about how hysterical it is.
Oh, they love it. They love that show.
It's the worst.
No. The story broke, and you guys probably saw this, that one of the big stars of that show is Kaley Cuoco. Cuoco.
I don't know why it's pronounced like that. I wonder what nationality she is.
I always thought it was like Cuoco or something. Then I was watching her podcast.
She has her own podcast?
She has her own podcast. It's called Coffee with Cuoco.
I had no idea.
I think the last name Cuoco is terrible. It's such a bad name. Anyway, she was on, I believe, Jimmy Kimmel Live. Mm-hmm. And she broke a major story that really sent everybody off crazy. She is now saying that the show was not being canceled or ended. She was let go from the show, and due to that, they are now canceling the show. This was her last season, and after this season, she's being let go. Kaley says the reason is because she went and decided to get, what she says is, I finally, for the first time, decided to go get really healthy. And they show a picture, and she's lost a bunch of weight.
She has.
And she's very thin. She's strong.
She's strong, though. She's muscular,
she's got like abs,
super muscular,
She's got like a six-pack.
Uh-huh.
But she did it through the keto diet, and she used and started to pump the keto pills, like whatever that is. I don't know because I enjoy being fat. So I just like to eat food and do what I like.
I don't want to food map anything.
No,
I just want to eat.
If someone came to me and said, I'm going to give you millions of dollars to get into this kind of shape,
sure, done.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That sounds great.
I'll do
Other
it.
than that, I enjoy my drinks and my food and sitting on a couch. Her explanation was, your look no longer fits the show. It doesn't fit what the show is supposed to look like, and they're letting her go. So she's furious, and she's kind of taking it as another way of body shaming, even though it's on the other side. It's not for being overweight or not being so attractive.
It's not for the typical reasons we body shame people.
Typical reasons. One of the thesis out there, or one of the things that people are thinking is because also the studios are concerned about her pumping that diet. And if somebody were to follow that character, follow her lead and get sick or something happen, because you got to remember, these stars aren't just doing it on their own. I'm sure she had trainers, and she had health people and food people. I mean, she had all that stuff going on.
Right.
You know, if we just decide we're going on it, we're going to start starving the shit out of ourselves, we can get sick. We can have a lot of problems.
Yeah.
So, but she's furious, and she busted that studio out.
I love that she did that. Good for her.
Good for her, but it's going to be tough for her to get a gig after this.
At the end of the day, if you are going to call out a studio because you are an actor, and you are actually going to take the time to say what you did was wrong, I think that's commendable. Whether or not you're going to get work after that or not, we need more whistleblowers in that industry.
I do agree, because that industry is ruthless.
It's toxic.
It is unbelievable. And I mean, you know, as much as we enjoy it, it spreads a consistent image of life and of people that is not real. And and we as adults should understand that. We understand that, you know, that's not a real life. But when it gets followed up with social media and all these things, and everybody keeps telling us it's real, then everyone starts to expect to live that way, right?
I know I do. I'm 40 years old. I should know better. But if I watch and follow something enough, you know, I'm going to start making different choices. Yeah. And regardless of, you know, let's just say I did watch that show and I was a big fan. Right. You know, then maybe at some point I would have said, oh, I want to try the keto diet.
So I do agree with it, and I'm torn, because for Kaley, I want her to have a good career. At the same time, thank you for calling shit out.
Right.
Because these, you know, and I think it happens for men and women both, but especially for women, they can't fucking win.
No, we're fucked either way.
If you're overweight or you get to a certain age, you're out.
Yep.
Now, if you get too pretty or too this, you're out.
And again, it's the what it is it's society's idea of what pretty is.
Exactly.
What thin is, what thick is, what tall is, what race is. It's all what age is.